Hey guys, so I'm gonna be talking about my unpopular opinions about music. It's gonna be a music edition one. So listen closely. These are my thoughts about music. It's just unpopular opinions that people don't really say a lot. My name is Emal. Welcome. Have fun. All right. So my first point. Um, I do think all the hype that Megan Thee Stallion gets, she deserves it because she came to the industry. She came into the rap game with like a high persona. She came in like with a lot of energy, and I feel like her music is good. I feel like she makes decent music. I feel like she makes music for people that that likes to have fun, likes to turn up. So I feel like she deserves the hype. Man, I like her personally because I feel like when I listen to her songs, they give me energy. And she's a good performer. She knows how to have fun. She's like the life of the party. She makes incredible music. So far, she has worked with Nicki. Ty Dolla Sign, Juicy J is like one of her biggest supporters and like helped her and stuff. Who else she worked with? Of course, like Gucci Mane. She worked with so many good people, so I feel like she definitely deserves the hype that she gets, and I feel like she definitely has a longevity in the industry. And a lot of people are like, oh, Megan Thee Stallion's not all that, and she could rap, and she spits. She spits every bar she spits, she writes it. So I feel like she could write. She spit good bars. She could freestyle. She proven a lot, and I feel like she definitely got snubbed for best new artist at the Grammys. But that's a whole other topic. But I definitely think that she has a longevity in the industry, and I think she will last long if she keeps that going. Hopefully next year she drops an album and she put out more good music, more mainstream stuff. She will do good. I feel like she will. She has a longevity as well. Next, second point, NBA YoungBoy. I feel like he's very, very overrated, especially in where I live. I feel like in the hood, he's very overrated. I understand that maybe sometimes he has some relatable songs that people can relate to and stuff like that, and people like to listen to him because they can relate to him and like his style of music. But personally, he ain't for me. I feel like nothing he says I can relate to it, and I feel like he just sounds the same. A lot of his songs sound the same. I don't feel like he's completely trash, but I feel like a lot of his songs sound the same, and I feel like he just don't talk about anything that interests me. And I feel like I don't know. I just don't really get into him. And then him as a person, his personality, like behind the music, is just not the best. He have had history on like hitting girls and stuff like that. So I'm not like the biggest fan of him, and I don't really see anything about him that's so like, perceiving that I'm gonna be, oh my god, NBA YoungBoy. Nah, I think he's a okay rapper. I'm not crazy about him, and that leads into my next point. I'm not really a big trap music fanatic. Like I don't really like trap music. I don't really get into it. It don't really relate to me. There's a lot of like profanity, drugs, smoking, things that's not really the way I do things. It portrays a lot of that. So I'm not really a big fan of trap music. I feel like a lot of it is just so nonsensical. It has nothing to do with me. I feel like I'm not really inspired by it. I feel like when I hear it, you're just hearing a bunch of noise. I feel like nothing really about it is very like exciting. So there's a couple of trap bangers around here and there, but like overall, like I wouldn't really have trap music like in my playlist, like at the top of my playlist. I feel like it's not really anything to be excited about. It don't excite me. I don't relate to it. I don't like it. It's just a lot of stuff that goes on, and the way that these artists portray themselves, I just can't relate to it as well. So I'm not a big trap fan music. I mean, I'm not a big trap music fan. Excuse me. So that's one thing. Another point that I feel is very underrated. I feel like Drake is very, 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 very overrated. I mean, he definitely deserves all the hype that he gets because Drake has worked really hard. I think personally, he has been like the artist of this decade from like 2010 to like now. For the last 10 years, he's proven to be one of the most persistent artists. He have sold so many records, so many albums. Every album go number one. Every song's in the top 10. His streaming on like Spotify, Apple Music. I like his streaming on every like streaming platform is crazy. Like he's just and he sells out arenas. He has invested in so many things. So he proven to be one of the best rappers of this generation and of our time and stuff like that. But I just feel like he gets to a point where Drake is very, very overrated. His fans do a lot too much. They do too much for him. I feel like it gets very annoying. But Drake does deserve all the hype he gets. I just feel like he's very overrated, and I feel like sometimes that's why makes me not to like him because I feel like he's very overrated. And I do feel like old Drake is better than new Drake. I feel like New Drake is very, very like poppy mainstream. Old Drake was mainstream too, but old Drake had like nice songs. He had songs that people could relate to, like Take Care, Who Take Care album. Every joint on there went hard. Like Drake was really like, Drake was really like the man. People could really relate to a lot of the stuff that he put out during that time and stuff. But I feel like New Drake is just very, very like just kind of boring. I feel like it's very he does things for like hit records, and he does stuff for attention. I feel like, and he cries a lot about stuff, and he's always in the media with some kind of drama. Like he's just always somewhere with something that. So I definitely feel like I'm not really a big Drake fan anymore. I used to be a big fan growing up, but now I'm just like I can pass on that. But he does deserve all the hype he gets. He's just a little too overrated, in my opinion. My next point. Um, I don't feel like people should try to clown Kanye or try to say that Kanye's not really a legend or try to like take Kanye's like legacy from him because of these comments he made. I don't agree with some things Kanye say, especially when it came to that slavery thing. How like slavery was a choice, because I don't agree with that. I don't think it was a choice. But sometimes when people are not educated, it's good to educate them on stuff. But I definitely feel like Kanye is a legend. Kanye has put his heart and his soul into this industry. Yeah, he had his antics and he had his rants and he had his crazy moments, but he's definitely put his heart and soul into this industry. I feel like he worked so hard for everything that he got, basically. So like, I don't feel like people can say he's not a legend or he don't deserve the credit that he gets. He does deserve the credit he gets because he became to be one of the best lyrical rappers. And besides his crazy antics, like when you listen to his music, he raps about real stuff, and like he's very inspirational. He did a lot of like good stuff in the last generation and in this generation. Like the last decade, he was huge. This one, he's huge. So he was huge too. He did a lot of good stuff. He has an imprint on the industry. So I definitely feel like Kanye does deserve the respect, and I'm happy that he's into God. Like he's into God now. He does gospel music. He has a whole gospel album now, and he's just doing his thing, and he's focused on like the way of God. And I like that because I feel like Kanye needed to come to a place where he can you know, just be more, aware of what's going on instead of just going off and being really crazy. Um, but I do like Kanye, and I feel like he definitely deserves like the legend status whatsoever. Another unpopular opinion is that people feel like XXXTentacion, he's the he's like the new well he was the Tupac of the generation before he died. And personally I don't feel like he is, because and like rest in peace to him, he was a good rapper and he had a lot of like um versatility like in his music, but I feel like he cannot the status that Tupac held. I feel like XXXTentacion just can't bow that level. Like he has no comparison. Even though like before he died, he was trying to change his life around, and he was like making a lot of these good music and trying to like get people's attention. Like that album, Question Mark, was really good. A lot of good R&B and like hip hop songs were on that album, and like the music that came out after his passing has been good too. But I feel like Tupac held and still holds, even though he's dead, he still holds this this legend status that I don't think anybody can like come around that level. Like just because X influenced people in many ways and he did some iconic stuff doesn't mean he's Tupac. Like I can't even compare nobody to Tupac. Or I can't even say anybody's like the Tupac of the generation. Like even if I get closer to that, I'd probably say Kendrick is. Cause I feel like Kendrick has done some things that Tupac has done. Like in a way, I feel like he has put out some dope music, and he not only put out music, but he put out music for the culture, and he talked about real stuff, about being a black man or a black person in America, like being a minority in America and not finding it easy on certain stuff, because it's like you go through so much, and like police brutality type of stuff, just preaching things that make sense, and like that was inspiration that people can feel and be like, yeah, I can relate to this. And Kendrick just had so much like he has so much power in like his wordings and his lyrics and his music. So I feel like if anybody can get that crown, it should be Kendrick. I don't think it should be X, because X is past and because he had all these. No, I feel like he still had. Maybe if he would have stayed alive if if God's willing, he would have stayed alive and he would have like accomplished way more. I would have probably put him on that list, but I'll probably give him that crown. But for now, he still had a lot to accomplish, and unfortunately, his life got taken shortly due to dumb gun violence. But God knows everything. But he is still a good rapper. He was a good rapper, I mean. So I'm not taking credit away from him. I just don't think he's reached that status to be the Tupac of the generation, in my opinion. Um, Cardi B. Um, my unpopular opinion about Cardi B is that she is the best rapper, female rapper of this generation, or she has impacted female rappers the most. I don't think she has. I feel like when she came, she has been doing her thing so far. She has been like putting out some good music. She, had a couple of number ones, one I think won a Grammy, and she has done accomplished a lot. But I feel like there's still way more to accomplish. Like she has not reached Nicki Minaj status. She has not reached Missy Elliott or Kim status. Like she's still working her way up there. Her sophomore album haven't even came out yet, so you can't really say that she's a high profile. She is a high profile, but she's not the most influential female rapper of the generation when she has not accomplished a lot too. To hold these statuses and to hold these crowns, you have to accomplish a lot because numbers don't lie. So but she does have a longevity, and once she stays more out of drama and just focus more on music and on like her business move and make money, she has longevity. But she just keep getting engaged into drama and like paying attention to all these little stupid blogs that just talk about things that don't make no sense, then she might not really do good. But once she really be focused, she has a chance. But she's not the most influenced rapper of the generation, especially when it comes to female. She's definitely not. There's way more people. So I'll leave that there. Unpopular opinion, people think that Queen Naija music is not that great and she don't have a longevity. I think Queen Naija music is very, very good. I feel like for somebody who came up for YouTube and who didn't really have a big following, even though she had a big following because they had that Chris and Queen thing going on. But for somebody who, never really had like music out before and she was just doing her thing and just trying to, just get famous off of like a YouTube channel with her husband and her son, and then to put a music out and put an EP out and for her to do so well and for her to sound that good, like she sounded like her EP sounded like a established R&B artist already. Like when I heard Butterflies and heard Mama's Hands and Medicine and other songs, Bad Boy and what's the other one, Karma. When I heard all those songs, I was just like, yeah, she's really, she's a dope R&B artist and she looks like she's ready to, is ready to like emerge into like a big star, a big R&B star. So I definitely feel like she does have a longevity. I just feel like she needs to like have a better team to push her. I feel like she needs to become a better performer. She can sing. Her vocals is already crazy, so there's nothing about that. But she just needs to like become a better performer. She needs to have more stage presence. She needs to like choose the right singles to promote. She needs to hurry up and deliver an album because she only have an EP out and a couple of singles. She don't really have an album out. So, and she needs to she needs to get on more of these award shows and get promoted more heavily by her team and her label. Then she could be a big factor. But I do feel like if she follows these directions, she could definitely be one of the biggest R&B stars of the next generation because she has it. She just needs to put some pieces together and figure out the puzzle. So that's my take on her. Another unpopular opinion is that I feel like all what's his name? All Pop Smoke songs sounds the same. I feel like all his songs sounds the same. I feel like that's why I can never really become a big Pop Smoke fan, or I don't really like get on the hype or get on the bandwagon of him because I feel like he's very, very like repetitive. Like I feel like when he dropped Welcome to the Party, I like that song. I thought that song was dope. I jam out to it here and there. And then the remix came out with Nicki. I was like, yeah, I like this. But then when he started dropping all these songs, like after that, it was just sounding the same, like the same flow, the same beat, the same everything. It was just like this is Welcome to the Party 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. It was just everything just sounded the same, and it's just like the fact that these New York audience and these Providence audience and like Atlanta audience like this type of stuff and like they don't complain about it is crazy because I feel like a lot of rappers had it hard when they had like a repetitive sound and people was on them about having a repetitive sound. So like to see that people are really hyping him up and really like him, which is I love the support, I love his little fan base he has, but I feel like his songs sound the same. The only way I can get like really into his songs if when he is if he starts to change up the sound and like the way and his flow of things, then I think I would probably give him music a chance. But he sounds very repetitive, and that goes to people like the baby too. The baby sounds, but the baby at least his music is like it's I guess it's more mainstream, and I'm forced to hear it because it's on the radio a lot. And the baby does some he makes iconic videos, and he's doing things that is drawing people's attention. Pop Smoke is just still in that chopping lane, still making music for his audience, and it's just like I don't know. But Lil Baby too, Lil Baby music sounds the same. He has that same sound in a lot of his songs too, and it gets very annoying. But he is very successful, and he is getting very, very, very pushed by his team. His team is pushing him very much. So he has, he and the baby has more longevity because they're pushed and they're doing some iconic stuff right now, and they're doing things. But with Pop Smoke, he's not really getting pushed. He just has an audience backing him up, and it's just like it's the repetitive styles, but that's not making me to really get the memo of his music. But that's that and that. But I will say about Lil Baby, I do like his music. But I will say, popular opinion, I don't think him and Gunna is like the Lil Wayne and Drake of the generation. I don't agree with that. That's not true. I mean, they definitely made an iconic album. That joint album they had together with Drip Too Hard and all those songs that was on there. That was a good album. Now it'll probably go down in history as one of like the biggest album of like the 2010s or the 2010s. Like it will go down like in history as one of the biggest songs of this one of the biggest song and like record and album of this decade. But I feel like they haven't really did that much. Lil Wayne and Drake collaborations together was always monumental, always like high standards. So there was no way you can really say that they're really, and not taking the credit from Drip Too Hard from that album, but they just haven't reached that level too. Like I said before, to hold these positions you have to kind of like do a lot, and they're new and they're doing really well right now, but they still have more things to do to get to that level. So I feel like we can't really put them on that status yet until they really proven more to like drop these more joint albums and show more like iconic stuff, like do more iconic stuff together to be labeled or compared to like Lil Wayne and Drake together, because it's haven't really reached that level yet. I feel like Post Malone will definitely, after like two more albums, I feel like Post Malone will definitely reach like legend status. I feel like this guy, every song that he touches is it's like a hit. Like every song he touches goes number one, or it's like top five, or it's top 10. His albums do very, very well. He sells records. He's on almost every award show performing his hits, and like I just feel like in the last he's been out since I was in 7th grade. I'm in 11th grade now, so that's 4 years. And like in the last 4 years, he has accomplished a lot. He has accomplished what people accomplished maybe in like 7 or 8 years. He has so many top 10 hits already. Like it's crazy how like massive like he's like doing what Katy Perry and Gaga was doing when they first came out. In like the first 3 years or 4 years, they was already having so many top 10 hits and stuff like that. So definitely, I feel like Post Malone will be a legend very soon. Maybe next 5 years, I will be consider him a legend or an iconic force, and he will definitely be remembered for his timeless songs, and his songs will go down in history as one of the will go down in history as one of the best songs like of this generation or of this like decade and stuff. And I definitely feel like next decade he will take over, and he will be like more doing what Drake is doing more, not like that type of legend status, but he'll be like putting out more songs, having more iconic albums, and like in the next few years we'll be calling him a legend or icon or a icon. Excuse me. So definitely being a lookout for him. What else? What else goes on a lot? Um, Popular opinion. I know a lot of people don't listen to R. Kelly anymore because of what he did with all these women and like the history he has and everything that's been going on with him recently. But I will say personally, I still do listen to R. Kelly. I feel like he makes his music was very good. He made good music. He's one of my favorite R&B artists. Like I love his music all the time and stuff like that. So and I grew up listening to that. So I definitely have respect for his music. Him as a person, I don't deal with him. I don't like what he did. I don't really like him as a person. But when it comes to his music, I definitely still listen to it here and there. Not enough, but sometimes around I will put it on like Ignition or Step in the Name of Love or Bump and Grind. Like songs like that. Like I definitely, Seeing Girl with Usher. So I definitely feel like I ain't gonna hold him to no type of level, like or hold him to a standard where it's like, oh, cause you did that, I'm not gonna, support your music. Like I still listen to his music. I just don't support what he done in the past. Um, Summer Walker, popular opinion is that she won't stay long in the industry. I think she will stay long. I just feel like if she does seek help about her social anxiety and she becomes a better performer and she kind of like have people to like kind of like have put hands around her when she's going through something, she could stay because her album Over It did so well. It did so well. Like it had one of the biggest R&B debut for a female in a long time. It did very very well. A lot of the songs on the album is like good, and like that album like you can repeat it. It can be on repeat and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like she has a longevity. And I definitely feel like she would stay long if she keeps making these real R&B songs that people can relate to and jam out to. Like she's definitely an amazing singer. She can sing. Sometimes some of her songs remind me of SZA. Some songs remind me of what's her name, Brandy. Some songs remind me of Kalani. Like she has a sound that is very good, but she does so I feel like she does have a longevity and she will stay long. And her social anxiety is it's not something to make fun of because people go through these tough times in their life where they need people to understand what they're going through and stuff like that. So, but Summer Walker is definitely a star and she definitely will be here for a pretty long time. Same thing with Lil Nas X and Lizzo and Billie Eilish. Them three artists are about to be the next three big artists of like the next decade from 2020 to 2030. Like Lil Nas X, Lizzo, and Billie Eilish are like has been the three biggest artists of this year, and like they've proven to like really like have a longevity. Like they really put out some good music this year. They took over the charts. They all had number one hits. They all had second top. They also had like top 10 hits. Like so like basically two top 10 hits, number one albums. Like just taking over platforms, streaming services. Like they just became like these three breakthrough artists of the year, and like they definitely have shown a lot of growth. And Lizzo's been working for a long time, so she deserves her recognition to like mainstream media that she's getting. I'm really proud of her. Same thing with Lil Nas X. He's been out for a year now, but like he's finally getting attention that he deserves, and I think he will continue to make more hits. And I feel like he's on the right track. And Billie Eilish has the key in her hand. Like it's the ball's in her court. She has this huge, massive fan base that supports her. Like she's on like this high profile like standard right now when it comes to music, and like all her songs will do well. So she's gonna be around for a long time. She's gonna be the next pop princess probably. So, but that's why I leave on with the unpopular opinion. Please like the video, subscribe, do all of that. Thank you. Peace.